we're good. So, okay, so we are where we need to be. So with this, we're actually going to be creating a couple extra sets of arm joints. We already have arm joints created, so we don't need to like recreate any more or create them fresh. We can just duplicate what we already have. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and take those two shoulder joints, not the clavicle joints, the two shoulder joints right here. I'm going to hit Control D. I'm going to move them back. I'm going to hit Control D again. I'm going to move them back again. So we have 6 arms. This is where you introduce a General Kenobi joke. Because General Grievous. All right, so what's going to happen here is we're going to be actually creating, with these two joint chains, we're going to be making a IK system and an FK system. Both of these are going to drive the skinning joint chain. So basically a mom and a dad, and they're going to tell the kid what to do. With this setup, we do not need extra finger joints. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2 null joints, delete those. We can just get rid of those. So we only have a shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then do a shoulder, elbow, wrist for the right side. So delete the 2 nulls on the other side. So right here, so we have the word skinning on each one of these. What I'm going to do is select shoulder, elbow, wrist on the middle set. I'm going to go to Modify, Search and Replace Names. I'm going to take the word skinning, replace with IK, apply. And so now this one has IK shoulder left joint 1, IK elbow joint left, and then IK wrist joint left. So this is defined as my IK system. All right, I'm gonna grab shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Search and replace names. Again, same thing, but this time I'm going to change it from IK to FK. Let's double check. FK, 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 and FK. Okay. All right, you guys with me? Okay, so we have 3 sets of arms. One of them is called skinning, one of them is called IK, one of them is called FK. The IK and the FK do not have hands. They just go down to the wrist, and that's it. No fingers, no null joint. All right, let's go and pop open our constraint menu. I'm gonna go to Orient. I wanna make sure Maintain Offset is turned on. And I'm gonna go ahead and click in a very specific order. This is, whatever that order is, it just needs to be consistent, okay? The reason why is because the order that we select these joints, it will be the order they show up in the constraint. So we wanna make sure it's gonna be either IKFK or FKIK all the time. We don't need it to switch back and forth, because when we're gonna be setting our set-driven keys, it's already kind of confusing. We don't need to make it worse or make it harder on ourselves. So my remedy for this is just go from the back to the front. So I'm going to grab the back set, middle set, front set. And then apply, back, middle, front, apply, back, middle, front, apply. Okay, we'll do the same thing for the other side. Apply. I'm just hitting G to redo my last used tool. We know it's going in. I see the Little blue ticks going in here so we know there's a constraint. Okay, so we got that. So let's double check this and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we have FK wrist joint 1, IK wrist joint. So you'll see the whole time it's going to be, let's see, if we go to the child, FK IK, FK IK, FK IK. So we want to make sure it's just a consistent FK IK or IKFK across the board. We're not like interchanging where one is one organization, the other one's a different one. Just make it consistent. Okay, so what we're going to see here is if I rotate the two different shoulder joints, you'll see that the child joint, meaning this one, will move, but it's not moving at a 1-to-1 ratio. It's moving at a half ratio. It's moving 50%. Anyone want to take a wild guess why that is? How many parents does it have? 2. Okay. So if the other parent is staying put and this guy moves, let's see, 20 degrees, this one's going to move 10 degrees. It's moving half. Okay. Now, the cool thing with these systems is that, again, this guy right here, we can key this value off. They're both set to 1, meaning they're both turned on. If we turn one to 0 and the other one to 1, then it will follow the parent entirely. And that's what we're going to be setting up. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these bones, the shoulders, I'm going to go and snap them back on top of their parent, or back on top of the skinning shoulder, I should say, not the parent. And they're just going to be sitting on top of those joints, okay? We don't need no root beer in my computer lab all over my keyboards. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out.